關於主餐或者聖餐，第四個名稱是感恩或者祝福或者祝謝 Thanksgiving and blessing. Eucharistia, Thanksgiving, 感恩 and Oelogia, blessing, 祝謝 terms which are derived from 1 Corinthians 10:16 and 11:14. 這些是來自哥林多前書第10章16節我們所祝福的杯，還有哥林多前書11章第24節祝謝了就擺開。In Matthew 26:26 and 27, 馬太福音第26章26和27節 we read that the Lord took the bread and blessed it. 我們讀到耶穌基督拿起餅祝謝然後擺開。And he took the cup and gave thanks. 拿起杯來祝謝。In all probability, the two words were used interchangeably. 就是祝福和祝謝 bless and give thanks 這兩個字可以交替來使用的 and referred to a blessing and thanksgiving combined 就是祝福和感恩是連接在一起的 The cup of thanksgiving and blessing is the consecrated cup 感恩和祝謝的杯就是分別為聖的杯了好，這裡有4個名稱主餐主的餐桌拜餅和感恩本章的第4部分第一部分聖餐的設立 The institution of the Lord's Supper 第一點 Different accounts of the institution 聖經對設立聖餐的不同的記載 There were 4 different accounts of the institution of the supper 聖經裡面有4次的記載着主耶穌設立聖餐 One in each of the synoptics 就是在馬太、馬可、路加3個福類福音 and one in 1 Corinthians 11第4個在哥林多前書第11章 John speaks of the eating of the Passover 約翰福音說到吃逾越節的晚餐 but does not mention the institution of a new sacrament 但是沒有提到基督設立一個新的聖禮 These accounts are independent of and serve to complement one another 福音書裡的記載是獨立的就是說它不是抄一個抄另外一個的但是相輔相成的 Evidently, the Lord did not finish the Passover meal before he instituted the Lord's Supper 很明顯的主耶穌還沒有吃完逾越節的晚餐他就設立了主餐了 The new sacrament was linked up with the central element in the Paschal meal 新的聖禮主餐是與逾越節的晚餐最中心的要素連在一起的 The bread that was eaten with the lamb was consecrated to a new use 餅就是和羊肉一起吃的餅現在分別為聖做一個新的用途 This is evident from the fact that the third cup, generally called the cup of blessing, was used for the second element in the new sacrament. 這是很明顯的。另外一件事就是逾越節晚餐第3個酒杯，有第3次的，一共有4次哈。第3次喝酒那個杯，一般稱為祝謝的杯，現在用來做新的聖禮主餐的第2個要素。Thus, the sacrament of the Old Testament passed into that of the New in the most natural way. 所以用最自然的方法呢，舊約時期的聖禮現在就轉移到新約時期的聖禮了。第2 the substitution of bread for the lamb. 用餅來代替羊肉。The Paschal lamb had symbolical significance. 逾越節的羔羊是有象徵性的意義的。Like all the bloody sacrifices of the Old Testament, it taught the people. 逾越節的羔羊和所有舊約流血的獻祭一樣，教導着上帝的子民 that the shedding of blood was necessary unto the remission of sins. 教導他們 知道必須要流血才有罪的赦免。In addition to that， 不但如此 ，it had a typical meaning。逾越節的羔羊還有着預表性的意義 ，pointing forward to the great sacrifice which would be brought in the fullness of time to take away the sin of the world， 就是指向將要來的偉大的獻祭，就是在時候滿了的時候，除去世人罪孽的羔羊的獻上。And finally, it also has national significance。最后，逾越節的羔羊也是對以色列這個國家有它的重要性。As a memorial of Israel's deliverance， 作為紀念以色列被救出來。It was but natural that when the real Lamb of God made his appearance and was on the point of being slain, the symbol and type should disappear。 很自然的，當上帝真正的羔羊顯現，也快要被宰殺的時候，象徵和預表就必須消失了。The all-sufficient sacrifice of Jesus Christ rendered all further shedding of blood unnecessary。 主耶穌基督獻上他自己是完全的、完備的，因此讓所有以後再次的流血成為不需要了。And therefore it was entirely fitting that the bloody element should make way for an unbloody one。 所以這個流血的獻祭裡的元素就成為過去，現在用的是一個不流血的，就是餅，這個是非常恰當的。Which, like it, had nourishing properties。 這個餅和羊肉一樣，是有滋潤人的性質的。Moreover, through the death of Christ, the middle wall of partition was broken down。 不但如此，因為主耶穌的死的緣故，在中間隔離的牆就被破碎了。And the blessings of salvation were extended to all the world。 救恩的福澤現在延伸到全世界各地。And in view of this, it was quite natural that the Passover, a symbol with a national flavor, should be replaced by one that carried with it no implications of nationalism。 既然是如此，就是猶太人跟外邦人的牆已經拆毀了，所以很自然的，逾越節這個有國家性的味道的象徵呢，現在是要取代了。取代的是一個沒有國家主義含義的一個的筵席。Number 3， 第三 ，significance of the different actions and terms。 聖餐中不同的行動和用語的意義。A. Symbolic actions， 聖餐中象徵性的行動。All the accounts of the institution of the Lord's Supper make mention of the breaking of the bread。 所有設立聖餐的記載都提到擘餅。And Jesus clearly indicates that this was intended to symbolize the breaking of his body for the redemption of sinners。 耶穌很清楚地指出，擘餅的意義就是象徵着他的身體掰開，為救贖罪人。Because Jesus broke the bread in the presence of his disciples， 因為耶穌是在他的門徒的面前擘餅的。Protestant theology generally insists on it that this action should always take place in the sight of the people。 因此呢，基督教的神學一般都堅持這個動作，擘餅這個動作必須要在會眾的面前做出，也不是就是說不在一個簾子的後面，不在幕後去做，就像早期教會到了第4、第5世紀的時候所做的，不是的，要在會眾面前做。This important transaction was intended to be a sign， 因為這個很重要的行動是一個記號。And a sign must be visible， 一個記號必須是能見的記號。After distributing the bread， 把餅分給門徒之後 ，Jesus took the cup， 耶穌拿起杯來 ，blessed it， 祝謝了 ，and gave it to his disciples， 就分給他的門徒們。It does not appear that he poured the wine in their presence。聖經似乎沒有說耶穌在門徒的面前倒酒 ，and therefore this is not regarded as essential to the celebration of the Lord's Supper。因此呢，倒酒呢就不是守聖餐的必須要做的一個動作。Dr. Wielinga infers, however, from the fact that the bread must be broken, the wine must also be poured in the sight of the communicants。但是一位荷蘭的Wielinga 博士呢，他做這個推論，他說，既然呢餅必須掰開，在會眾面前掰開，那麼酒也必須在會眾面前倒出。Jesus naturally used unleavened bread。耶穌很自然的用無酵餅 ，since it was the only kind at hand， 因為當時只有無酵餅在身邊。And the ordinary wine, which was largely used as a beverage in Palestine， 用的就是巴勒斯坦一般用的酒。But neither the one or the other is stressed。所以，但是呢，不論餅和酒都沒有特別強調什麼餅什麼酒。And therefore, it does not follow that it would not be permissible to use leavened bread and some other kind of wine。因此呢，我們沒有這個許可，堅持着一定要用無酵餅，不可以用發過酵的餅；一定要用巴勒斯坦的酒，不可以用其他酒。我們沒有這種堅持的允許的。The disciples undoubtedly received the elements in a reclining position。毫無疑問的，門徒們領餅和酒的時候是躺臥着，在這個姿態的，因為那個是吃飯的那個姿勢。But this does not mean that believers may not partake of them in a sitting, kneeling, or standing position。但是呢，這個不等於說基督徒不可以坐着、跪着或者站着領餅和領杯。B. Words of command， 聖餐中命令的話。Jesus accompanied his action with words of command。耶穌除了掰餅分酒以外，耶穌也說了命令的話。When he gave the bread to his disciples, he said, "Take, eat." 當他把餅分給門徒的時候，他說：“拿着吃。” And in issuing this command, he undoubtedly had in mind not merely a physical eating, but a spiritual appropriation of the body of Christ by faith。當耶穌這樣吩咐的時候，毫無疑問的，他的意思不單單是要吃這個物質上的餅，而且呢，在靈裡面呢，借着信心領受、支配、領受基督的身體。It is a command which, though it came first of all to the apostles, was intended for the church of all ages。耶穌這個吩咐呢，雖然第一次是給使徒們的，但是耶穌的用意是給世世代代的教會的。According to Luke 22:19， 根據路加福音22章第19節 ，compare 1 Corinthians 11:24， 比較哥林多前書11章24節 ，The Lord added the words, "This do in remembrance of me." 主耶穌加了這句話，你們這樣做為的是紀念我。Some infer from these words that the supper instituted by Jesus was nothing more than a memorial meal。有些神學家從這句話，你們吃為的是紀念我，就推論說，耶穌所設立的主餐呢，只不過是紀念他的一個的晚餐。It is quite evident, however, especially from John 6:32, 33, 50, 51, 1 Corinthians 11, 26 to 30, that it was intended to be far more than that. 但是從經文約翰福音6章32節、33節、50節、51節和哥林多前書11章26到30節，很明顯的，耶穌的用意不單單是讓我們紀念他。 這些經文說，人若吃這糧，就必永遠活着。我要吃的糧就是我的肉，是世人之生命，是為世人之生命所吃的。耶穌說，我所要吃的糧就是我的肉，是為世人的生命所吃的。不僅僅是紀念。And insofar as it had memorial significance, it was intended as a memorial of the sacrificial work of Christ rather than of his person. 而當我們說這個是紀念的時候，不單單是紀念他，是紀念基督獻上自己的救贖大功。There was another word of command in connection with the cup. 當主耶穌分杯的時候，有另外一次的命令式的說話。After distributing the bread, 當主耶穌分餅之後 the Lord also took the cup, gave thanks, and said, 主耶穌也拿起杯來，祝謝了，就說 Drink ye all of it, according to Luke. 路加福音說，你們要喝這個杯，全部的杯。Take this and divide it among yourselves. 或者拿這個來，在你們彼此分這個杯。It is quite clear that the cup here stands for what it contains. 很明顯的，杯這裡就是代表着杯所容納的酒。For the cup could not be divided. 因為這個杯子不能夠把它破開。From these words, it is perfectly evident that 從耶穌所講這句話呢，很明顯的 the Lord intended the sacrament to be used in both kinds. 耶穌基督用意就是守聖餐的時候，餅要領，杯也要領。And that Rome is wrong in withholding the cup from the laity. 而羅馬天主教的錯誤就是不讓平信徒領杯，只可以領餅，這個是錯誤的。The use of both elements enabled Christ to give a vivid representation of the idea that his body was broken, that flesh and blood were separated, and that the sacrament both nourishes and quickens the soul. 當教會讓信徒們領餅也領杯的時候，這樣子我們看到耶穌基督呢，給我一幅很活潑的、生動的圖畫。他的身體掰開，肉和血是分開的。聖餐呢，一方面滋潤靈魂，也使靈魂在甦醒，就是賜生命給信徒的靈魂。C. Words of explanation. 聖餐中解釋的話，首先關於餅。The word of command in connection with the bread is immediately followed by a word of explanation. 關於餅的命令的話之後，耶穌說了一個解釋的話 ，which has given rise to sharp disputes. 關於這句話呢，神學上有非常強烈的爭辯 ，namely, this is my body. 就是這是我的身體。These words have been interpreted in various ways. 這是我的身體，這句話有各種不同的解釋。下面我們有4種的解釋。第一種 ，Number 1, the bread is now becoming my body. 這個餅現在變成我的身體。The Church of Rome makes the copula is emphatic. 羅馬天主教呢，認為這是我的身體的是非常重要的。Jesus meant to say that what he held in his hand was really his body. 耶穌的意思就是說，他要說他手中所拿的餅真正是他的身体。Though it looked and tasted like bread. 雖然看起來是餅，嘗起來也是餅。But this is a thoroughly untenable position. 但是這個立場是完全站不住腳的。In all probability, Jesus spoke Aramaic. 耶穌大概是在講亞蘭話 and used no copula at all. Is 是這個字根本不存在的，在那句話裡面。And while he stood before the disciples in the body, 當他站在他的身體就站在門徒的面前的時候 he could not very well say to his disciples in all seriousness that he held his body in his hand. 當他的身體站在門徒面前的時候，他不可能很認真的對他的門徒們說， 他將他的身體拿在他的手中。Moreover， 不但如此 ，even on the Roman Catholic view， 就算我們接受羅馬天主教的立場 ，he could not truthfully say， 他不可能說 This is my body， 這是我的身體 ，but could only say this is now becoming my body。耶穌只可能說這個餅現在變成我的身體。第二，對，這是我的身體。第二個解釋 ，This bread is pointed to my body， 這餅指向我的身體。Karlstadt held the novel view。Karlstadt 是馬丁路德一位的同工，他有一個很特別的、奇怪的觀點 ，that Jesus when he spoke these words pointed to his body。當耶穌說這是我的身體的時候，耶穌的手是指向他的身體的。He argued that the neuter tuto could not refer to artos, which is masculine。他說這个字呢，这个字呢是中性的，不可能用来指身體，那個是陽性的。下面是伯克福的批判。But bread can very well be conceived as a thing。但是我們可以想到，餅是一個東西，這個物件 thus referred to as neuter， 因此是用中性。Moreover, such a statement would have been rather inane under the circumstances。不但如此，耶穌假如說這是我的身體，指向我的身體呢，好像是很愚蠢的。第三個觀點 ，My body is in, under, and along with the bread。我的身體是在餅裡面，在餅的下面，在餅的旁邊。Luther and the Lutheran， 馬丁路德跟路德宗的神學家 also stress the word is， 他們也強調這是我的身體，那個是字。Though they admit that Jesus was speaking figuratively， 雖然呢，他們承認耶穌是寓意性的講這是我的身體的。According to them, the figure was not a metaphor but a synecdoche。根據馬丁路德跟路德宗的人士呢，這個的寓意不是一個暗語 metaphor， 是一個題語 synecdoche。題就是個別的代替群體整體啊。The Lord simply meant to say to his disciples， 主耶穌對門徒要講的，他的意思就是說 ，Where you have the bread, you have my body in, under, and along with it。當你有餅的時候，你在餅的裡面、下面跟旁邊就有我的身體了。Though the substance of both remains distinct， 雖然餅的本質就不是我的身體，我的身體的本質就不是餅，但是你在餅的裡面、下面、旁邊都有着我的身體。This view is burdened with the impossible doctrine of the omnipresence of the Lord's physical body。下面是伯克夫的批判，他說馬丁路德這個的觀點呢，有一個難題不能解決的，就是說基督的肉體的身體不可能是無所不在的。下一講我們繼續講第四個觀點，這是我的身體。加爾文和改革宗的立場，下面還有關於杯的解釋。